Hello everybody, this is Mr. Winkles SC coming at you with BeSt versus Stork Game 3. It's a tied at 1-1, and if you listen closely, you can hear the sound of a kick-ass game about to be played. At least let's hope so. We got BeSt here is going to be yellow, and we have orange is going to be Stork. So, oh God, help us if you're colorblind and can't figure this out. I mean, even as it is, probably going to be tricky. Let's start off by BeSt being in the top left corner. There he is, sexy man he is. And there in the bottom right, we're going to see Stork. Let's get a picture of him. Not quite as sexy, but very good at StarCraft. So we have these two Protoss players who are really duking it out because the winner of this best of 5 is going to be able to go on to the OSL Finals for all the glory of the finals of this huge tournament, and as well as a bit of what scientists refer to as cash money. So this is going to be an incredibly important game, as the player who wins Game 3 and takes this 2-1 lead is going to have a commanding lead in the best of 5 series. As you might expect, especially on this 4-way map, we're not going to be seeing any sort of cheese that appears out of either player early, just playing the pylons safe. Going back to the last game, why don't we? We can remember what happened. Stork was on Medusa 3-player map and decided to go for a 4-gate rush timing push, and he really took advantage of the fact that it was not, first of all, it worked perfectly because it was not scouted. BeSt did not figure out what was happening until it was far too late, until he was down about 5 or 6 units and unable to micro them, and the combination of the fact that he got an observer first rather than, for example, let's say a reaver first and then some ill micro meant that this 4-gate rush worked to perfection, and that's really what's going to be the deciding factor in that last game, and then allowed Stork to end BeSt's huge winning streak. I think he had won 17 games in a row, if I'm not mistaken. Before that, he had won 17 Protoss versus Protoss, I should say, games in a row. So not on a all-over winning streak, but in a Protoss versus Protoss winning streak, which I suppose is really the only winning streak you'd care about in a Protoss versus Protoss best of 5. So right now we're going to really see their mettle tested. Of course, we know that the semifinals is Stork territory, because Stork is known for, what is the proper word? It's when you, for example, do what our nation's proud, and oh my gosh, I hate him, president did, George W. Bush, when he swallowed a pretzel and wound up chucking it, eventually after knocking himself out by falling on the table, he choked. That is the vocab word, he choked on the pretzel. Stork chokes on finals, but this is not a final, this is a semifinal for the chance to allow him to choke, so we don't know what's going to happen here. Getting back to the game, rather than political commentary, I suppose, thank God Bush will be out of office soon, just putting that out there. We're going to have cores coming up from each player, BeSt in the top left and Stork in the bottom right, each of them opting to go with the core, each of them opting, it appears, to go for the early zealot, and one of my friends is IMing me about a Pro League game that's going on right now, but I'm not going to ruin that for you like you just did for me, because that would be a douche of me. Isn't that right, Zed? You are a douche. So right now we have to, ooh, this is interesting. BeSt has decided to block off his entryway with a probe and a zealot, so he's taking a bit of a loss to his economy, but at the extent he is going to be hiding from Stork exactly what he's doing, and my guess right now with that pylon down at the bottom is going to be Dark Templar tech, because we saw that pylon placed all the way at the bottom of his base. It's not going to be easily scouted. Goon range going up, and perhaps we might see something tricksy out of BeSt here to try to take a 2-1 lead. Of course, the ironic thing about StarCraft, you can play it many ways, but if you play it wrong and you go down, you lose that game. It's very difficult to come back from that situation. We're going to see some Goon micro here, apparently. Just a lone wandering Goon by Stork is going to get taken a couple shots at there. Taking some hits, shield nearly completely gone, but no damage to its health as of yet. And then BeSt retreats. So we're going to have a robotics facility up here, and a robotics facility is coming much later from BeSt. So BeSt perhaps getting an earlier Goon range or something. Right now I haven't seen anything to see why. So we're going to see, look at this. Okay, so with the early Robo Bay, we're going to have Stork going for early Reavers, and you can tell that because he's placed his robotics facility down before Observatory. He is going to be going in blind, but going in strong. Right now, second gate and the Robo almost done now for BeSt. These Reavers, I'm wondering he's going to try to do some sort of heavy harassment style, perhaps speed shuttles. There goes the observatory. That's going to lead to an observer coming out eventually, but my guess is going to be shuttle, one Reaver, maybe even two Reavers. Shuttle's already out. He's dropped at the island expansion. That's clever. So he's going to be taking that island expansion at some point soon, it appears. Meanwhile, Goon Range just finished as we were looking. Observatory nearly done. He is not going for the early Reaver, so his Reavers will be much slower. And we're going to see what we get out of this game with Stork attempting, probably, I would say, to play some Reaver-heavy style here. He's blocked off his ramp with a couple of Goons. Nothing's going to get up to scout there. What's really going to matter is what kind of use he can get out of the shuttle and whether or not he's going to be upgrading it as such. We're going to see what we got here in a moment as these two builds unfurl. So, my guess is that that BeSt is going to be, he looks like he's trying to head into a mid-game macro style. He's just expanded here with this Nexus. If the Reavers come at the wrong time for him, just as he's transferring probes, then that could be a problem. Meanwhile, an island expansion is going up there for Stork. So, I mean, obviously, it's kind of better to have the island expansion when you can, although it's tougher to get drones, or rather, in this case, probes over there. Okay, it's going to be a lot more difficult to attack, and so it's got trade-offs. Meanwhile, Shuttle is hovering right up above the expansion here. He's going to try to fly in. He's going around the entire side, and we're going to see what Stork's got in that shuttle. We're going to see what Stork is made of here. His speed just finished, and it looks like we have a Reaver. Oh! That is ridiculous! Oh, he took another one out! These gaps are huge! That's 12? Is that 13 kills on that Reaver? Oh my gosh! That is utterly ludicrous! I do not believe it. Stork's harass is absolutely epic legendary status right now. It's reached a level, oh my god. This is crazy. You can see BeSt, he's like, what the hell just happened to me? See, I can't swear, it's YouTube, I cannot swear. But, oh god. That was utterly redonkulous. What you just saw there was the reason that Scarabs are actually banned in NATO treaties as of now, and actually in the Geneva Convention as well, is because they destroy so much shit, they are just unbalanced. That was absolutely nuts. And BeSt is now going to have to recover from a massive hole in his economy. Remember, I mean, it might not have been so bad if that had been, if there had been no expansion from Stork, but Stork did expand here to this mineral-only expansion, so while BeSt is going to have an extra geyser there, he's going to have no probes to mine from it. Meanwhile, I'm trying to clean all the spittle off of my computer screen from that ridiculous